Nayinalin, greeting to you all. How you all doing? Nayinalin. Ami all of tea, rek similar. So nice and healthy. How you all doing? Greeting to you all. If you want me to talk in English, let me know. I'm gonna speak mostly in English until somebody from my country arrive in this video and ask me to speak in Wolof, which might happen because I come from Gambia and Senegal due to my parents being both my parents and due to me having family members in both countries and followers. But today, the video I want to talk about is gonna be about why childhood trauma is the number one enemy for humanity. And we have to focus on addressing childhood trauma, not be embarrassed, even if we have the trauma, not be embarrassed, even if we're gonna get called name, and just be very vocal about it. Hello. Today I'm gonna talk about it in a way that I've not been talking about it before. I'm going to address childhood trauma and the damage it causes to marriages, especially us third world country marriages, third world countries like Africa, like Gambia, Senegal, and the West. Us, I'm going to focus on us, but I understand that childhood trauma is all over the world and even the West. Some people are affected by it, which is why they're taking it very seriously to fight against it and are doing all they can about it. Thank you so much. Jërëjëf Jeff. Hi. So yeah, don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment good comments, do all you can, and I'm gonna start the conversation. I'm gonna base this conversation for different point, but I'm gonna start it with people with childhood trauma. How is the childhood trauma is the main reason for why many marriages don't work, because a lot of people with childhood trauma, they go into marriages without healing their trauma. And if you don't heal your childhood trauma, or at least learn about childhood trauma, so you can understand your mindset, your behavior, and your thinking, and just why you are the way you are, and also accept the fact that that might not go with any marriages or any healthy relationship for that matter, even including friendship, family members, children, or anyone that you have relationship with, not just partner. So you can accept that and know how to maneuver through it and how to manage it so it doesn't affect you so much. So guys, why I always said me and other people that are talking about childhood trauma and just trauma in general, but especially childhood trauma, they will tell you that this is the number one enemy of humanity. It's because this is just the number one enemy of humanity. People without certain trauma cannot just get up and do certain evil stuff to humans, like unaliving, certain evil stuff that is not good for people. People that are doing that all over the world, most of them at least have childhood trauma, and they might still be suffering from it, which is the motive for why they're so evil, and or they're promoting the evil stuff, which is they're still evil themselves. And they know it. No human want to be evil and be proud about it. It's just the trauma is the one that is the motive. Because pain is not something you just take, especially you endure the pain for years and you just gonna just dust it and just move away. It doesn't work like that. This is why I don't understand people who always promote childhood trauma by saying that I've been through it and I'm not this evil. You always talk about trauma. Doesn't mean that when you have trauma, you're gonna be bad. Look at me, I have trauma and I'm not bad. When you're saying that alone, which means you're telling people that are beating their children and doing other stuff to continue doing it, that alone disqualified you for being a good, kind, loving human being with empathy. No human being with empathy will say that when I was young, I've been through this pain and I'm a good person now, which I'm giving you the go ahead to do that pain to other children, or I am doing it, or I've already done it, which is why I'm backing it. People with empathy, people that don't talk from trauma and pain, they don't use that type of word. They might say that that doesn't affect me like others. But they won't even bring that topic now when they see somebody that is talking about that. You know what I mean? Because that's not the place. Because that means they're against the talk and they're promoting it. And they will know the damage of that. And because they have empathy, they will know that even if it doesn't affect them, which it does affect them, they're just not going to talk about what is making them do. But if it doesn't affect them, which is like a miracle, like I said, because the things that it does to you is so much that it's hard to just not be affected from none of it, including keeping anger, including keeping grudges, including getting angry quickly, including feeling sorry for yourself, including you're brave to do the wrong thing, but you're not brave to do the right thing, and all the stuff that childhood trauma can do, including violent, drug, alcohol, betraying your partner when you're married, or corrupt and evil, and other stuff, petty, and other stuff that people with trauma might have. You cannot be like you don't have none of that, especially if you are beating your children, if you have children, or you don't have peace with your partner, if you have some part of the problem, or you're gossiping really evil gossips to your friends and ex-friends or family members or anyone you come across and don't like, or you just get angry quickly and so on, or you're not loving yourself like the way you should, and so on. All of that is a result of childhood trauma. So you do have the trauma, you just not gonna confess now, or you don't even realize it that that's the trauma, but you're just finding your ways to promote the trauma now, which is why you're saying that she always talk about this, or I've been through this and I'm not this, or people are just evil, we all have trauma. I understand that some people are just evil, we all have trauma, but people cannot just be evil just because they just not taught that different. They've not taught the real empathy and real humanity and real kindness when they're young most of the time. People that are taught that and they come from those environment, they rarely will just get up and just do the random evil stuff. I'm not saying they don't, but just rarely ever. But if you want, you can continue saying that that's fine, and that you've been through it, and that I always talk about it, and that you've been through it and you're fine, like many of you always said when I'm talking about this. I'm still going to talk about it, although I know it's very hard because my people a lot of them don't like this kind of topic, but I love talking about it. And the few genuine people in my community that want that best for us, they do appreciate this kind of talk. So guys, I'm not going to make this video long. If you want me to do part 2, let me know. I'm just going to base the topic on 2 things that are the enemy of marriage. And these 2 people that are getting married and they both have childhood trauma, or one of them have it, is going to have these things most of the time. Both of them will have it, or one will have it. And neither of that is good. What is this childhood trauma? Severe child beating, gaslighting, essay, and so on. But even the severe child beating and the gaslighting is very damaging. The insulting and endless punishment and harsh punishment, harsh upbringing, that when the child do something or didn't do something, this is gonna happen, whatever that is, the harsh punishment, you know what I mean? All of that have damage to the child. Childhood trauma, a child can have it because they come from a place with chaos environment. Also, they might come from a place that they have everything they need. They have like kind, loving home, but somebody essayed them. Or they come from a war when there was a lot of war and a lot of unaliving and, this horrible stuff. Unfortunately, the child will catch trauma from looking at all that or just experiencing that, especially if family members of the child involved. But mainly, childhood trauma is rooted from these things mainly. So guys, but it can be caused by other stuff, but these are the main things that the child, that will grow up with trauma when they experience this. Imagine 2 people have trauma. And one of the things that I'm going to be talking about first is the person with childhood trauma, most of the time, will not allow when they do wrong. They will not allow that they do wrong. They will not allow themselves that they do wrong. Do you see what I mean? And why they're not allowing themselves that they do wrong is they're putting together these 2. Which is, when I do wrong, that means I'm bad. And when I'm bad, that means humans are going to be angry. And when they're angry, they're going to punish me. Even though now they're adult. You're not going to slap them. You're not going to beat them just because they do wrong. But you getting annoyed, or you trying to doubt who they are, or you just, upset and just like, why did you do this? Or I didn't expect this from you. And for you guys to make up and just continue going peacefully, they're not used to that. So their body is programmed by itself from when they're young. And when they do anything wrong, they get beaten seriously. They get insult and screamed at and beat seriously and other punishment. So their body is going to be programmed in a way that when they do wrong, they're going to have punishment. So that means they shouldn't do wrong. So from a young age, they're going to learn people pleasing, which is just to pretend everything is okay. And they're also going to learn to be over defensive. And neither of this is good. They might be doing the people pleasing somewhere else that is not in the marriage, or they might start doing that in the marriage in the beginning, and after they change, especially when you start doing wrong or you're not doing what they want, they can change because they're punishing you now. That's another story. How people with trauma can punish you for different reasons, and how they can punish you different way, different type of punishment that you wouldn't even believe. That is another story. But people with childhood trauma will definitely defend themselves when they do wrong. And this can be very extremely annoying. It can be seen as arrogant. It can be seen as they don't care about me. Sometimes even if they don't want to, they have to, because their body is programmed like that. It's something that they have to acknowledge and fight against it. And it's going to take so long before they can get rid of that and just surrender to accepting when they do wrong. Because like I said, when they do wrong, their body is programmed from a young age, because when they do wrong, the harsh punishment. The reality when they do wrong never end well. That's why now they're adult, when the reality hit, they don't know how to handle it with just accepting that the reality hits. What is the reality is that you do wrong now. When you're young, what was the reality? You do wrong. You do what you're told, or you not do what you didn't do what you were told. That was the reality. And the reality had to come with harsh punishment. Beating, screaming, torturing, punishment. So now when you are an adult, when the reality hit you, which is you did something wrong or you didn't do what you were meant to do, what they're going to do now is to protect themselves from that. Even though, like I said, now they're adult, you cannot slap them, you cannot beat them, but they're still going to see it as, oh my God, this person maybe will hate me, or this person will never respect me again, or this person will go gossiping about me, or something. It's going to be consequences after this when I agree that I'm wrong. That's why they're gonna try to find a way to dodge the situation and do like nothing is wrong, or it's your fault, or blah blah. Or some of them might agree that they're wrong, but they still might not take it genuinely, like they agree that they're wrong, which is they shouldn't do that again, and they should just try to even make up genuinely to appreciate you more, to gain trust again. That's another topic if you want me to do video about that, because if I start going there, it's gonna take long. You can damage your situation with somebody, depend who the person is and what the situation is. But if the situation is not going well because something happened, the friendship or the relationship is damaged or is damaging because of certain things, it's recoverable. It's recoverable. What's the English word? You can recover the situation, the relationship, depend what happened, like I said, and depend who the person is. That's why I'm saying I don't want to go deep there. I just want to focus on refusing to accept the reality. Also, childhood trauma can lead to not having confidence enough, because you are used to when you do something wrong, again, the punishment. So now you don't want to try something in case you're going to be wrong, especially when it's something that people are going to criticize you, or just you might try, you might criticize yourself when you cannot do it right. That is also childhood trauma, that, what it does to somebody. You can talk about it from here till tomorrow and it will not finish. I am sure that a lot of you that are promoting the childhood trauma still now by saying that I've been through it and I'm fine, or the people that are unaliving or doing horrible stuff or doing violent or just being evil, they're just evil. It's not the trauma. We all have trauma and we're not like that. I am sure that some of you are saying that to back up to promote the trauma to still keep going, because that's the only reason why you're saying that. We all know that it's not everybody that have trauma is going around unaliving people or just doing the unthinkable. But most people that have trauma are doing stuff even though you don't see it, even if it's not as obvious as unaliving people, they're still doing stuff, because unaliving somebody is not just unaliving somebody. You can also unalive them here by treating them certain way and damaging them certain way and just doing certain stuff, We all know, yeah? But I don't know why people like to say this kind of thing, but yeah. Anyone that is saying this, just to let you know, you're promoting the trauma. You're giving people to go ahead to continue doing it. That is fine. It doesn't harm you and it doesn't harm many people. So it shouldn't be the reason for this or for that. Those people are just whatever. But imagine the two people that are married, okay, and the two of them, they have childhood trauma. And the one thing that I'm focusing today is the childhood trauma will not allow you to accept your wrong. Imagine two couples that are married, or even one of them, one of the couples cannot accept when they're wrong. Just imagine if that marriage will go through peacefully, be successful peacefully. How? Because this person that is seeing wrong as danger, as threat, is not going to allow this marriage to go peacefully. And if it's two of them that have that, it's going to be even worse. I genuinely believe people should go and learn about childhood trauma before they get married. Especially people that come from severe child beating home, gaslighting, chaos environment. They never receive enough empathy and love and validation when they're young. It was all to do with beating, screaming, or even if they love them and give them validation, they're still gonna mix it with the beating and insulting and gaslighting and harsh punishment, which is still no point for the love and validation, because this thing is still gonna damage the person and can still damage their marriage. It doesn't matter they're man and woman, or woman, sorry. And these marriages, most of the time, they're damaged and they're divorced, or they're damaged but they still be there, but it's gone. Like, it's two different marriages that are done. The one that is done and separate, and the one that is done but still there. Just so you know that it's not every marriage that is there that is a marriage. But yeah, imagine somebody that, imagine some couples, or just at least one of the couple, have this type of behavior. This is just one that I'm telling you. I'm not talking about the rest. It's many. It's not just that one. It include lying, including getting angry quickly, including keeping grudges, including all this cheating and lying and manipulating, including my way or not, or the highway, including feeling sorry for themselves and other stuff. That is the consequence of childhood trauma. And imagine both of them have this, or one. But let's just focus on this particular one, which is not agreeing when you are wrong. You're going to find a way to give the problem back to the person, or find a way why you are like that, or just altogether run away from it, or just, but you will not accept it. Or even if you do, most of the time, you're not accepting it genuinely, which is you don't do it again, and you do your best to make up with the person, for the person to gain your trust, for you to gain trust, for the person to gain your trust again. Because now they're broken, you let them down, or you know. So you have to show them that you're not going to continue doing this again, and that you definitely do regret that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to make up, and that's going to take a lot of work, depending on the situation, you and the person. You know what I mean? Like, and many people with childhood trauma don't know how to do that again, because they never experienced that genuine love with peace. Most of the time, their childhood was just beating and screaming and shouting. So they never experience that genuine love with peace and appreciation. So they don't even know that they can have that from you. They don't know how that look like. So they don't know that when they do wrong, for example, when they're young, you can just talk about it, and then you go back to normal again. It was always when they do wrong, it's always like gaslighting, insulting, beating, screaming, punishment. So, and sometimes if they don't come from a home that they give hugs and cuddles and give appreciation and give validation and tell them, well done, you're so good at this, or you're a good child, or this and that, they don't know that, you know, they have value, and that you and them, there's a value, because they never experience a relationship with validation. Do you know what I mean? Like, proper validation growing up. But they might experience that maybe with friend or something as they become a young adult or something, or even when they're young, if they're lucky. But if they never experience genuine love and genuine relationship with somebody, not friendship, not nobody, it can be very hard for them to respect that genuine love and friendship with you. And if they don't respect it, they're going to be cheating, lying, insulting, gaslighting, ignoring, neglecting, doing wrong to sabotage it, because they don't know the value, and they don't even know what it's like. So it's like you have diamond, but you don't know you have diamond. So you're not going to keep it and hid it, and, you know, because you don't know the word. You're like, oh, what is this, you know? You know what I mean? But if you know you have a diamond, you're like, you know, you just maybe going to put it somewhere, and, you know, like, oh my God, I have a diamond. So it's like that because they don't even know, for example, they have a diamond. They just be like, whatever this is, it's nice, but whatever. You know what I mean? And they might just put it somewhere and somebody will take it, or they just lost it because they might even lost it because they don't know what that is. This is the Ami Olive tea. My organic tea that I'm selling is so healthy and yummy. That's the tea you're seeing there. It's a lot of different herbs there, about 12 or 13 different herbs, including soursop herbs, moringa, mint, guava leaf, lemon balm, other leaf, I don't know the name in English, mbor mbor, tinkiliba, ngeran, koti butel, rat, kobe popton, guava leaf, I've mentioned that, mango leaf, papaya leaf, all together here. And I do put a little bit of clove as well. And it has a little bit of bay leaf as well. But I do put a little bit of clove and ginger. So what I did is sometimes I boiled it for like 10 minutes or so with the clove and ginger. But today I just put them here, as you can see. And I just boil the water and I put this inside and I just pour the hot water in and I leave it like that for about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so. And I took it out. And now I'm drinking it. It's so nice and fresh. I think I'm going to keep drinking it like this. It's more fresh than when you boil it. But when you boil it, don't boil it for long. Just boil it for 20 minutes or 15 with a very low heat. But yeah, I think I like it like this. But yeah. Just remember to eat healthy stuff as well, guys, and drink healthy stuff. If you want to buy my stuff, or you can buy them anywhere else, but if you want to buy my stuff, I have the organic skincare that I'm making, which is why you see me like this. I have no filter. And I'm 44 years old. So if you want your hands, your body to look beautiful, if you have skin problem, eczema, or anything like this, my products can help you. And also if you have body pain, my skincare is very good for body pain due to the soap is made from herbs like neem leaf, moringa leaf, banana leaf, and so on. And the shea butter, these two, the carrot and vitamin C shea butter and the baobab and moringa shea butter, they're very good for body pain and beautiful body, especially the moringa one. And this is the tulukuna, and this other stuff here are also the same product that you're seeing over there. But this other oil there is the vitamin C and carrot oil. So I have all of that. And then I have baobab, moringa seeds, moringa powder, and I have hibiscus and other stuff. You can message me by messaging me with my username here, 1980@gmail.com. My username here, Ami Jobe, 1980 That's my username here, 1980@gmail.com. You can message me like that, and you can have my number, or just talk to me through, I have a business number, yes, or just talk to me through messages and you can buy my product. I'm working on getting a website, but right now all how you can buy my product is just you can pay through PayPal or Wave or any other payment method that you want to send the money, and then I'll send you the products. I normally send them anywhere. I'm in UK, but I send them anywhere in Europe and America, Canada, anywhere you want. These things are vetiver root as well, called sepo in my language. I have all of that, and I have this one called Arabic gums. It's very good for your health as well, for when you just soak in it, like just put one in your mouth and soak in it. And you can also have something that is called this one is called churai liba. I have this churai liba that is fresh and smells so amazing. And I have the andi churais that you normally electric andi churai that you normally plugged, and you can put the thingy there and it will smell nice. You plug it on the wall. So I have so many stuff here for some of you that might be wondering what this is or just want to try my products. But yeah, let me go back to what I was saying, guys. Imagine the two people that have this type of behavior and they have to be married and they have to stay under one roof, or just they should be best friends and work together as a team, and they have this type of mindset, which is they see doing wrong as a threat. How can you have a friend who will look at doing wrong as a threat? That's how their mind is programmed. And a friend that doesn't come from a home where they've been so in love, empathy, and validation. how will they love you and have empathy and validation for you? Not empathy as an oh poor you, but you know what I mean. Like you can't just do certain thing like you don't care about your partner either. Let me plug my phone, it's not charged. You see what I mean, guys? So I don't want this video too long, but I hope you know what I mean. When the child have childhood trauma, especially the big childhood trauma like severe child beating, essay, gaslighting, insulting, or other big childhood trauma like war and so on. But the damage that it does is different. These two damages, a child that grew up from a home that the child is crying for years, is different from a child that have love and peace, and then one day some chaos happen one day, God forbid, and the child is traumatized. It could be war or other stuff that can happen that can traumatize the child. One big trauma, one something happen and change the child life is different. That trauma will affect the child differently compared to the child that been crying for so long because of insulting, beating, gaslighting, or essay for years or something like this. You know what I mean? The trauma and the how the person brain is going to be wired and how they're going to react to life is little different, but it's still trauma, but it's going to be little different. But yeah, just let's pay attention to this. I talk about this for us that is bringing up children now to pay attention. So certain mistake that we did or our parents did, we won't do it now because we know and we're not embarrassed to talk about it. And also for us that already have the trauma, we'll know how to manage our mind so it doesn't affect us as much as it will, or as much as it does with other people that just avoid the reality altogether or just do like nothing is happening, or they might not even know that this is why they are the way they are. The way it will affect them, and you that agree with the trauma and accept it and are doing something about it is totally different, or at least paying attention to what is making you do so you don't go overboard. It's different from the person that just ignore it altogether or just don't even know that's what's happening. You know what I mean? So yeah, just imagine this, guys. Yeah, imagine the two people that are married, or one of them at least, that one of these couples or two of them or both of them have this characteristic, can't say the word. They have this character, that this mindset, this behavior that they get from their childhood trauma. One of them is they don't accept wrong. Imagine a marriage that cannot accept wrong. Just imagine both of them are like that, or one. See how damaging that is. This is why I'm telling you, childhood trauma is the #1 enemy of marriage. But it's just the enemy of humanity in general, not just marriages. How they're going to be married and have peace when they cannot accept wrong, or one of them cannot accept wrong because they see wrong as a threat, because their brain is wired like that. Because when they were young, when they do wrong, they beat them, insult them, punish them. Now their brain is wired to protect them from wrong, so they don't have the punishment. Even though you're not going to be slapping them now, I hope not, but some people are still beating their partners. I understand that. But or just beating them with their mouth, or harsh punishment that they're doing to their partner also, especially when they come from harsh punishment home. But imagine a partner that is running from doing wrong because they see doing wrong as punishment. Hey, imagine that type of partner. Doesn't matter they're a man or a woman, or both of them have that type of character, that type of mindset. How are they going to have peace in the marriage? That's why people that beat and torture their children and scream at their children, they will never have good marriages. A community that is promoting childhood trauma, the severe beating, the gaslighting, the insulting, the even essay, they promote it by not talking about it. And when you talk, they call you name. They will never have good marriages, good government, good nothing. Too traumatized to have anything good. It's always going to be one single good something here, one single good something there, the rest nothing. Especially for us, we have to talk about this and look at the rest of the world that is developed, that we are running to. Look at how they take this very seriously and they don't joke with it. It's only us that don't talk about it, don't take it serious, joking still. This is not a joke. Please, if you are watching this, this is not a joke. And it's not something you should be embarrassed to discuss about. The more we hide it, the more we hid it under the rock, the more it's going to continue happening. We have to take it out, look at it, accept it, discuss it, do something about it. I have an organization that is fighting against childhood trauma. If you want to know about it, again, message me on the same email address about my organization and how to work with me, or just how to support me, or just how to volunteer, or just if you know someone that might be interested in supporting the work. It's in Gambia though, but hopefully I'm going to bring it to Senegal, and hopefully I'm even going to get involved here in Senegal, sorry, in Scotland, about that as well, because I understand childhood trauma is not just in Africa, it's also here in Scotland and all over the world. But yeah, like I said, the rest of the world, they're still doing something about it, and they started a long time ago. It's us that still haven't started yet. We're not doing anything yet. We're like here. Even the people that are fighting against FGM or whatever they call it, they're not vocal about childhood trauma. They cannot just talk about FGM alone. They don't talk about the severe child beating. They don't talk about the gaslight, the essay, and so on. And FGM even, they're still not very vocal about it. This is something that we should be always talking about everywhere, every single time. And we don't have to be ashamed. And you don't have to leave the job for one FGM person or one activist, I mean, all of like me, or one this. No, we all have to talk about it on WhatsApp, under the mango tree, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, everywhere. And we have to be very vocal about it and not be ashamed of people calling us name. Gradually, the people will get used to hearing it, and they'll understand this, and they'll accept it. And so we can fight against it. And so we can bring it down. And so finally we can develop. This is the only thing that is holding all over the world. Is childhood trauma. It's the only thing that is holding people all over the world. And if you don't believe me, go and recite. Go and do your recite. Life is knowledge. So I'm going to end the video here, but just think about this, that I said. The two people that cannot do wrong because they have childhood trauma and now they are married. What I'm going to leave you with is, they don't accept wrong because they're going to see the wrong as a threat. They don't accept wrong because they're going to see it as threat. And the other person that is making them see that they're wrong is making it worse by criticizing them too much because they also have trauma. They don't know how to talk to you in a genuine, kind, laughing way, respectful way, and to talk to you like, I understand you're not a bad person, but you do this mistake. They will talk to you in a very harsh, horrible way to make you look so bad. And they're saying that to you that cannot even accept wrong. You that you have fear with doing wrong because of when you were young, when you do wrong, you get beating, insult, torture. So your body is programmed from a young age to protect you by not accepting wrong and afraid of doing wrong. Think about that. And the other person that is talking to you that you do wrong, you did something wrong, is going to talk to you in a very harsh and horrible way. That is going to, I'm going to click this after. It's over there. They're going to talk to you in a very harsh and horrible way that is going to make it even harder for you to accept. Because even if they talk to you nicely, your body is programmed for you to deny the reality because of your trauma. Even if they talk to you nicely. Now, not to mention when they're talking to you in a very harsh way, which is even worse. So, which a lot of people with trauma will do. They'll talk to you in a very harsh way because their whole system is programmed to be afraid of humans because of what humans did to them when they're young, especially if it's a childhood trauma. So now when the humans do anything, they're like, because they're acting from trauma and pain. Think about that. So please, let's all work together to fight against childhood trauma. Understand our mind. Understand why us humans are the way we are. So we can know how to maneuver through it and how to work together to eliminate this, or at least to bring it down, you know. Hopefully that we're all going to work together one day is my dream. Thank you for all of you that are supporting this time. This kind of topics are not easy to support. Any human that is interested in this, they love humans. And I pray that the human nature will come back to them and that they will be protected, loved, and cared for. And that life and nature or God or whatever they believe in will follow them and protect them because of their kind heart towards humans. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you want me to do part 2 and me to explain further and base my topic on other 2 one or two characters of childhood trauma person. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like the video. See you. Thank you. Good night.